Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays and Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're bringing us here live here in Portmore, Scarborough. My name is Dwayne, for those of you who are just joining us. And we want to take the discussion to one of fashion, one of beauty, and dubbed Ortiz Road to China. And for start discussion this morning, we have none other than our very own Renessa Ortiz. She was a beauty contestant for Miss World TNT, the Tobago contestant, and we have Mr. Christopher Nathan joining us this morning from out of Cocoa Velvet International and the fashion coach model. That's quite a mouthful. Good morning and welcome, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
morning and thank you for having
A
us.
special good morning to you, Miss Ortiz.
Thank you very much.
I must say congratulations. I must say we are very, very, very proud of you. This is a young person that I as a older young person um, look up to and admire very well. But how has it been for you post the competition, if that is the word, or to dub it?
I have been readjusting to Tobago. I have been in Trinidad for 2 months,
Wow.
training, adapting to my surroundings, learning the young ladies down there, getting familiar with my trainers, and being back in Tobago. It's more about continuing where I left off in
Right.
terms of my beauty with a purpose, being a young woman that is growing, and just continuing to be an example for all the other young women here in Tobago.
All right, all right. She speaks well, she represents well. So Mr. Nathan, just tell us about yourself and what do you do and about your organization.
Okay, so um, Cocoa Velvet International started in October 1997 with two divisions, a model management division and a fashion management division. And the model management division's mission was to discover, develop, and export fashion talent to the world, to the fashion capitals, because I felt then that Trinidad and Tobago was not well represented in the fashion world globally. And we had enough potential to have our models working in Paris, New York, London, and Milan. So we started off in 1997, and we were lucky that one of our principal models at the time was Wendy Fitzwilliam. And a few months after opening the agency, she won Miss Universe. So a lot of international attention came to the agency. And in that year as well, 1998, one of our male models, Paul Robert Price, was selected by Oprah Winfrey to represent Trinidad and Tobago at the Sexy Island Man contest that she was hosting in the Bahamas, and he won. So one of the prizes, of course, was to appear on Oprah Winfrey's show and to do casting for Ralph Lauren. And he also got signed to an agency in Paris. So he was our first success internationally, along with Wendy Fitzwilliam. And the following year, one of our young models, Dominica Mora, who we discovered when she was just 12 years, was offered a contract with Elite Model Management New York. So from there, the agency went from strength to strength. And in all, 13 models from Cocoa Velvet have been signed to agencies in London, New York, Paris, and Milan, and are working successfully.
Yeah, so quite a lot happening in the coming out from your organization. It spells success. I just want to take it over to Miss Ortiz before I get back to you on something quickly. Um, being selected as Tobago's representative, just tell us about the experience, some of the most notable experience. We had pre-discussions before coming on set. Just share with the viewers quickly. We want to capitalize on. We're gonna get so much from you guys, because it's a very good opportunity.
From the Tobago leg, or more specifically when I went to Trinidad?
Yes, when you
To
yes.
Trinidad? Okay. My experience has been one that I would never forget. I have made so many friends in my sister delegates, all very intelligent young women who have contributed tremendously to, I would say, my success in the top 5. Being down there alone, having persons that you can count on. Miss Eldorado, Judy Russell, amazing young woman. She has been one of my main reasons for getting around in Trinidad, showing me places and making me feel at home, because being there by yourself, your entire family is in Tobago, and sometimes it's difficult being in a space alone. So it was great to have the Miss World team as well being supportive, my sister delegates wherever necessary. Miss Toko as well. She was also one of the persons who helped me to get around. Then there's also Miss Aranguez. They were really amazing. I have no issues with the young ladies. The trainers were also very phenomenal. Adrian Raymond, in terms of Q&A, he has always made it his duty for a young woman to express themselves truly and authentically. And then there's Richard Young, who trained us on the runway, who taught us that your walk should be a reflection of who you are as a person and not something that you mimic or you put on. And all of these lessons, one thing he always said is, everything is always connected. Right. Everything is connected. And to this day, to this point that I'm at right now, it was not a lie, it is the truth. Everything encompasses and comes back into one thing.
So one last question before I move on to Mr. Nathan. You represented Tobago very well. Did it take anyone by surprise at all? What was that experience like? Because you're great. As I was telling Mr. Nathan before, we met prior to this, and you always admire how you carry yourself. Just share with the viewers about that.
It is of my belief and things that I've witnessed in the past that Tobagoans are often underrepresented. And being able to go to Trinidad to represent the island of Tobago and truly showcase what Tobago has to offer has been a highlight of my experience there, especially during my introduction for the finals where I sang Come Let We Go to Tobago. I was able to truly showcase Tobago's culture. One of our multimedia challenges asked us to speak about our community in a creative way, and I chose the speech band. And while speaking about it with some of my delegates, they were not aware or familiar with what this speech band was. And being able to actually highlight that in Trinidad and bring awareness to some of the cultural habits that we have here to our Trinidadian counterparts, it was something that was at the top of my priority.
Congratulations. So, Mr. Nathan,
bombshell.
Yes, that was really good.
Yes.
You have a lot of projects emanating from your organization, and I know you would have played an instrumental role in her preparation. But kindly share quickly some of the programs coming out from your organization, and kindly mention how the preparation was for her from your organization.
So the bombshell I'm going to share today for Tobago is that at the Miss World Trinidad and Tobago pageant, Renessa was selected to represent Trinidad and Tobago at Miss Tourism World contest in China in October. Wow. And this is a huge opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago's tourism industry, because what we will be required to do is to provide videos of Trinidad and Tobago's tourism products, our destinations, our festivals, our culture, etc., for the world to see. And I will be accompanying Renessa to the pageant, and we will be showcasing the best of Tobago because she's Tobagonian. So priority will be given to Tobago's tourism when we present her at the contest in China in October. So we are preparing for Cocoa Velvet's 2025 projects, and it's timely that this opportunity came because one of our major projects at Cocoa Velvet is Style Week. And we started Style Week in 2014 at the Trinidad Country Club. In 2015, we presented Style Week at Queen's Hall, and in 2018 at Napa and Hilton Poolside. Style Week is a fashion week dedicated to resort wear, and because Trinidad and Tobago's government has designated fashion and economic sector for national development, it is necessary for us to have showcasing, for us to have a platform for the designers to present their collections every year. And now that Cocoa Velvet's head office is established in Scarborough, we have brought all our marquee signature events to Tobago. So we will be hosting Style Week Caribbean Resort Fashion Week next year, September, from the 4th to the 7th at the Shore Park Complex and Pigeon Point Heritage Park. And we will be showcasing designers from Tobago, Trinidad, as well as designers from around the Caribbean. So at the Miss Tourism World contest, we'll be doing videos to showcase events coming up in Tobago next year. So apart from Style Week, there'll be Tobago Carnival in October, there'll be the Tobago Heritage Festival as well, and all the other events like the Blue Food Festival that people come to from all over the world to Tobago. So it's a great opportunity for Tobago.
I am so proud of this because you know, being in certain parts of the world make you more pro Tobago. You know, and
appreciate it.
yes, because we are but a small island, we oftentimes are shadowed by our bigger sister,
Indeed.
you know, and we are underlooked, we are overlooked. But here it is, you know, somebody like yourself, a young, intelligent, beautiful young lady is, you know, putting Tobago on the map. How does it feel to be selected to represent what is in essence Tobago in China?
It is a huge honor and privilege being able to go and showcase my roots, even if it means speaking a little dialect for them.
Of course, please do. Please do.
So they would be able to see the transition between being corporate and being able to be connected to your roots and understand what it means to be cultural and to appreciate what your home has to offer. I think a lot of times we like to integrate ourselves with international culture that we are often...
And even the Trinidad culture, sometimes you find yourself speaking like Trini when you're in Trini, because there's this notion that Tobago, the colloquial way of speaking in Tobago is improper English, and we learn in communication
But
studies
when you go back to our historical roots, this is a part of our culture. It's how we came to be.
Correct.
And while, yes, some certain circumstances, the dialect is not suitable,
well, you're correct.
Considered suitable,
right?
You still are able to be intelligent in terms of speaking standard English and knowing when to switch, depending on the situation that you're in. And I think that is also important.
Yes.
So I just did it a while ago.
Yes.
Fully, and then I go back to it's important to showcase our culture.
And that is called code switching, guys. And there's no bad language, right? Language is just used in different spaces and places, right? There's no such thing as a bad language, right? Communication 101. Thank you, Chief Secretary, for teaching me communication. But it's really good to see that, you know, you are doing this, right? You mentioned earlier that you have a organization that you're birthing and nurturing.
Yes.
Just tell us about that.
At the Miss World Trinidad and Tobago pageant, you are to come up with a beauty with a purpose. My beauty with a purpose focused on creating communities for young women impacted by absent fathers. It's called the Daughter's Echo, Navigating Absence. And I think this is an issue that is often overlooked in society, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but worldwide as well. And it has become so normalized that we don't bat an eye at it. And that is where the issue stems from, because a lot of our young women are left with our mothers alone, single mothers, and meant to bear the brunt of all of these issues, because that's what the family structure is about. Father, mother, children, where they are able to impart the knowledge that a man would only be able to impart on a child, or a woman would only be able to impart on a child. And I know we focus on our young men because it's seen in terms of violence, but our young women, it doesn't show. I'm one of them. I look okay on the outside, but there are things that I would have adapted because of the situation to cope with life, and they aren't necessarily healthy. And just this week, I touched base with some of the young ladies from the Beauty with a Purpose, and it was very heartwarming to see that one of the young ladies reached out to her father, and she said that the experience was one that prior to the workshops that we had, if she had that encounter, it would not have benefited her in the way that it did. And I'm happy that I was able to make that impact. No matter how small it is, it's just one person. It might seem as one person, but I made an impact on 6 young women. And my age range was initially 13 to 25, but there were women past 25 joining the workshop. So it goes to show that this is an issue that continues even after that age range. And we need to identify these gaps in our society in order to have something that is holistic.
Listen, I am so proud of you.
And I'd like to just stick a pin in there.
Yeah, because we have but a short time.
Right. So one of the corporate social responsibilities of Cocoa Velvet is youth development and empowerment. And we are here in Tobago to do that. So this year we had the workshop with 130 secondary school students, but our focus was on creative industries. Next year we want to expand the workshop to the tourism industry. So the workshop next year is going to be called, rebranded, Tobago Youth Tourism and Creative Arts Workshop. And we'll be partnering with the Tourism Institute. That's Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute,
yes.
for them to do
HTL.
workshops, training for the hospitality industry. So that's jobs in hotels, restaurants, flight attendants perhaps, and tourism on the whole. So we'll be training a new batch of young Tobagonians next year for jobs when they graduate. And we're very excited about that. So young people who are interested in jobs as flight attendants, hotel workers, restaurant staff, and then the creative industries as well, you can send us an email at cocovelvetinternational@gmail.com or get us on WhatsApp 620-2316. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Coco Velvet International and let us know that you're interested in joining our workshop next year, Tobago Tourism and Creative Industries workshop.
Thank you very much. And post the interview, you share a page with the media staff there, and they would post it. But thank you guys very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Miss Ortiz, I'm very, very, very proud of you. You have no idea. And we'll talk after the show. But guys, this brings us to the end of Youth Wednesdays and Tobago Updates morning show. Thank you for viewing us. Thank you for giving us your support. And remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. Have a great day.